We welcome you back one final time to the Yoshida Event Center here in Gresham for round one of the 2023 Northwest Athletic Conference playoffs between the visiting team, the Umpqua Riverhawks, and the home team, Mount Hood Saints. A rematch from 3 days ago. And hello and welcome into the Yoshida Event Center in Gresham, everybody. I'm Jackson Hamlin. Great to be here with you on this Monday night in the postseason. Let's now go live to public address announcer Dylan Irwin.
Hello and welcome to today's playoff game between the Umpqua Riverhawks and your Mount Hood Saints. Today's game allows all involved to embody the three core principles of the NWAC: character, competition, and community. In competition, character is revealed by players, coaches, officials, and fans. We ask that everyone in attendance tonight shows quality character, respects the competition, and represents a positive member of this community. NWAC asks that you refrain from swearing and using any racial or derogatory remarks. Failure to adhere to this responsibility will be cause for removal. Remember, the NWAC is about our student athletes. We ask that you please rise for the singing of the national anthem. Oh, what so lovely we hear at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the heaven us find, and rockets the bombs bursting, in air. Say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Now for the starting lineup for the Riverhawks. Number 1, Richard Peachy. Number 3, Jake Sampson. Number 10, Baymore Harrop. Number 15, Luke Moore. And number 25, Talon Valdez. The Riverhawks are coached by head coach Daniel Leeworthy and assistant coaches Bid Van Loo. And now for the starting lineup for your Mount Hood Saints. Number 1, Will Wilson. Number 2, Gabe Sorensen. Number 3, Cameron Bond. Number 4, Wayne Hampton. And number 11, Nick Fowler. The Saints are coached by head coach Alex Seum and assistant coaches Andy Dowd, Sean Carson, and Josh Latino. Today's referees are Justin St. Pierre, Chuck Kaler, and Mark Warman. Let's play ball!
Thank you, Dylan. As we get set for this postseason match, the Lower Columbia Red Devils await the winner, as it'll be Fowler against Peachy for the jump, as we get set for this first game in the NWAC tournament. The official backs up Peachy just a little bit, tosses the ball, and we are underway as the tip is going to be controlled by the Riverhawks, moving from right to left here in half number 1. Valdez now gets it back over to Harrop, over on that right wing to Peachy. Peachy looks, gets it over to Sampson. Sampson back to Valdez. Valdez over to the left wing. Here's Harrop. Harrop waits, guarded by Wilson. Now moves over to the right inside, gets it back out. Sampson's going to take a three, and it's good. Jake Sampson gets Umpqua on the board first, an early 3-0 lead. Here's Wilson as he brings it up now for Mount Hood. Gets it over to Hampton on that left side. Now gets it back over to Wilson. Wilson thought about a three, didn't take it. Gets it back over to Hampton, over to Vaughn. Vaughn now moves inside, got it back out Hampton, over to Wilson. Now who dribbles to the inside, gets it to Vaughn. Inside the key, gets it back out. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Out to Wilson. He's going to take a three, and he hits it. Will Wilson connecting from three, and we're tied up. Here comes Valdez now for Umpqua. One possession for each team and a three-pointer for each team. Valdez now looks, gets over to that right side. Here's Sampson. Sampson, he takes a deep three, and that one off the air, no good, and it is Hampton with the rebound. So here's Hampton, gets it out to Vaughn. Vaughn steps back, fires a three, off the iron, no. Sorensen tried to get the rebound, but Peachy's got it, and here come the Riverhawks. Copying each other so far in the first half. Both have made, both have missed. Here is Harrop inside the lane, no good, and now we're going to whistle, and an injury over on the right side there as Valdez limps off the court. We got a timeout now. 92 seconds in. 18:28 to go here in the first half in a 3-3 game. So here are the Saints. Wilson inbounds it, gets it over to Hampton. As now the Saints move left to right here in the opening half. Wilson over on that right, gets it back over to Hampton, now to Vaughn, gets it back over to Hampton. Hampton over to Wilson. Wilson for three, it's off the front of the iron, no good. Peachy the rebound. Here's Harrop as he brings it up. Harrop gets it back over to Sampson. Sampson moves, now gets it to the top of the key, gets over to Peachy, hands it off now. Donley comes back into the game for the injured Valdez. Donley moves inside, gets it back out now to Sampson. Sampson into Harrop. Harrop up and in with one. Free throw there was missed, could not convert on the three-point play, but Umpqua gets the offensive rebound here. Sampson driving inside, can't put it in, but Sorensen tips it away. Now Wilson brings it up. Wilson gets it back, he puts it in. Wilson just takes it himself, and he puts in the two, and we're tied at 5. Here's Harrop. Harrop moves inside, gets it back out. Donley. Donley faked Hampton. He takes the three. It's off the iron, rebounded by Wilson. Wilson gets it over now to Vaughn. Vaughn steps back, now back, inside, threw it, and that's going to be a foul. And the foul there is going to go against Donley, and it will send Vaughn to the line. Chance of 2 here. We're looking at Cam Vaughn free throw percentage on the season. He is a 63% shooter as he looks to break this tie with 17:20 to go in the opening half. First one on the way is good. That puts the Saints up 6-5. There's still a second one on the way as Wilson now backs into the backcourt. Hampton moves back towards the logo. Vaughn's second free throw is off the back of the iron, no good. And we got another whistle, and it's going to be another additional free throw for Vaughn. Somebody moved too quickly, so Vaughn will get one more. Free throw up, and it is good. 7-5 is the Saints lead, as now the inbound pass is to Sewell. As he is guarded by Hampton, he crosses the timeline, now looking to get it to somebody as he backs up on the logo. Mount Hood with a 2-point lead, gets it over to Harrop. Harrop on the left wing, now moves to the top, gets inside the lane, gets it back out. Sewell over now, Peachy. Peachy guarded by Sorensen, who almost took it away. That one going to be tipped and into the hands of Harrop, and now intercepted here Sorensen. And that one, and I almost made the play on that one, but just could not. Kind of hurt my hand there. I tried to make the save, but Hard to do while sitting. So it'll be Riverhawk basketball here up to inbound from right in front of me. Now we have a little delay from the official as they will reset the shot clock to 20 seconds. We've officially dipped under 17 minutes to go. Mount Hood 7, Umpqua 5. Sewell has it. Sewell gets it over to Peachy. Peachy dribbles now to the inside, gets it over. It's intercepted by Vaughn. Here's Vaughn. He brings it up, looking, now hands it off. Hampton on the logo. Hampton motioning his team forward. Looks to get it to the inside. Moves over to the right, hands it off back to Vaughn. Over to Fowler, but Wilson has it. Fowler and Wilson collided on that one, but Wilson came away with it. Wilson contested three off the front iron, no good. Rebound is to Peachy, and here come the Riverhawks. Gets it across now, Harrop. Harrop looking, guarded by Fowler, gets it over to Sampson, back over Harrop. Harrop now fakes, gets it inside, gets it across to the corner, and that one goes out of play. Threw it right towards the sideline, and with 16:05 to go, still a 7-5 lead for the Saints as they will take over with possession. Assistant coach Andy Dowd there, giving his team some encouragement as Vaughn will inbound it to Hampton, and they will bring it up once again, leading by 2 with 16 to go. Here's Vaughn. Vaughn on the right wing, now looks, gets it over to Wilson, back over to Vaughn. Guarded by Sewell, gets it back over to Wilson. Coach Lula now yelling, get it back to Hampton, over to Wilson. Wilson, wide open three is good. Will Wilson connecting again, his second three of the game, and it's a 5-point lead. Here's Harrop, gets it over to Sampson. Sampson, guarded by Vaughn, gets it back to Harrop. Over now to Sewell, gets it to Peachy. Peachy moves to the inside, guarded by Robinson, it's taken away. Here's Hampton. Hampton brings it up the floor now. Hampton going to take it himself underneath, and he gets fouled. But he is going to be called for the charge. So it's going to be Umpqua basketball. As now we have substitutions for the Riverhawks. Peachy comes out. S-Step comes in. 15:23 to go. 10-5 in favor of Mount Hood. So the inbound now gets to Sewell. Sewell brings it up. We approach 15 minutes, almost 5 minutes played here in half number 1. Sewell on the right, gets it over now. Here's Moyer. Inside now. S-Step, guarded by 2 Saints. Puts up the contested shot, can't put it down. Wilson, long pass ahead, tipped away, and it goes out of play, and Mount Hood retains possession. Substitution now for Mount Hood as William Chen checks in now. And I believe he is going to be coming in from Vaughn as he had just given a high five. Could not tell everyone is coming off the court because we have reached our first media timeout with 15 minutes exactly remaining in half number 1 and a 10-5 lead for Mount Hood. Once again, Lower Columbia, the winners in the North region, await the winner of this game. That game to be held Friday night at 8 o'clock up in Pasco. You want to keep going on the women's team? Other games in that side of the bracket include the 2nd seed out of the North, Everett. They will be taking on Spokane, who finished 3rd in the East. That game is just before that one for Mount Hood or Umpqua, no matter who wins this game. That will be at 6 o'clock. But starting at 10 o'clock on Friday, the 3rd seed out of the North, Edmonds, will be taking on the 2nd seed out of the East, Walla Walla. And then the final game to round out that side of the bracket and to round out Friday's 4-game slate will be the number 1 seed out of the South region here, the Clackamas Cougars. They will be taking on South Puget Sound. That one will tip off at noon on Friday. So out of the timeout here, it is 10-5 in favor of the Saints. Now it will be Hampton, I believe, to handle the inbounding duties. He's going to be guarded by Sewell. And now with 15 minutes to go here in the first half, Mount Hood maintains doubling the score of Umpqua. Fowler gets it over to Chen. Chen over to Robinson. Robinson gets it back to Hampton. Over to Chen. Chen, a 3. Off the iron, no. Robinson trying to make it, but he could not. Here's Sewell bringing it the other way for Umpqua. Sewell gets it over now, Estep. Estep hands it off Sampson. Guarded by Chen, gets it over to Harrop. Back over to Sewell. Sewell, 3 right wing is off the iron, no. Rebounded by Robinson. He had some trouble, but he's able to get it to Wilson. So Wilson brings it up. Wilson on the right wing. Now takes it to the inside. Wilson loses it for a second, looking, tries to get it to Chen. He does, gets it back out to Fowler. He's going to take a 3, and he hits it! Nick Fowler, a 3, and it's an 8-point lead. Here's Harrop now as he brings it up for Umpqua. 13-5 now is the lead for Mount Hood. Gets it across now to Sewell on the left. Sewell backing up. He's guarded by Wilson. On the left wing, gets it across. Here's Moyer, a 2, no good. Rebounded by Robinson and Wilson, but Wilson comes away with it. Wilson gets it over to Hampton on the left side. Gets it back over to Wilson. Wilson now backing up. Guarded by Harrop. Moves over to the left. Gets a block from Fowler, and now we got a turnover. So Fowler is there going to be called for the pick, and it will be Umpqua basketball. With 13:49 to go, Sorensen checking back into the game, taking the place of Fowler, as the Riverhawks now will inbound it on the right side. On the far side, as Harrop will get it into Sewell, and Sewell will now bring it up the floor for the Riverhawks. Sewell looking, gets it over to Estep. Estep over to Harrop. Right by Sorensen. Gets it inside now, Moyer. Moyer kicks it back out. Estep, he's going to take a 3, and he hits it. Jake Estep gets the Riverhawks back to within 5, 13-8, with 13.5 to go. Here's Sorensen, gets it back out to Hampton. Over to Wilson. Wilson faked a 3. Now turns and backs up. Waiting for somebody to get open. He gets it over to Hampton. Inside to Robinson. Robinson gets it back out. Sorensen open for 3. Got it! Gabe Sorensen puts the Saints back up 8. 16-8, approaching 13 minutes to go. Here's Sewell. Sewell now brings it up. Gets it over now. Here is Sampson. Sampson on the left, guarded by Hampton. Gets a block now from Estep. Gets it back out to Harrop. Harrop on the right, gets it over to Sewell. Back out Harrop. Harrop moves to the inside, guarded by 2 Saints. Gets it over to Sewell. Sewell gets it back out now, Harrop. Harrop moving to the inside. Now got it poked away, and we got a whistle, and it's going to go to the Saints. So that is going to be a foul, and that one's going to be against Harrop. And that will give possession back to the Saints with just about 12 3/4 minutes to go. And Sorensen will inbound it. And he's got Hampton as he gets it into Hampton. So here come the Saints now. Hampton brings it across, gets it to Wilson. Wilson on the right side. Now Wilson takes the contested 3, and that one's an air ball, rebounded by Sampson as he gets it over to Sewell. Sewell inside, floats up the 2, and he put it in, and a foul. Leo Sewell with 2. The foul there is going to go against William Chen, and it's going to send Sewell to the line for a chance at a 3-point play to put the Riverhawks back to within 5, as we now look at Sewell's free throw percentage on the year, and he is a 67% shooter. As he tries to convert, the rowdiness from the fans here does not bother him as he puts in the free throw, converts on the 3-point play, 5-point game, 16-11 with just over 12 to go. Hampton now moves over to that right side. He's guarded by Sewell. Now moves, gets a block from Sorensen. Hampton a 3, banks in! How about that one from Wayne Hampton? Mount Hood back up 8. Here's Sewell. Sewell hands it off Harrop. Harrop gets it back out. Here's Sewell once again on the right wing, guarded by Chen. Now moves to the inside, got a block now from Moyer, and that one's going to be floated up and off the backboard, possession of Mount Hood. They wanted a foul, they did not get it, but they do get possession with 11 3/4 to go, leading 19-11. And now the officials changed their mind. It is going to be Umpqua basketball. As now the official comes over to the scores table to check on something. They reset the shot clock now to 17 seconds. Umpqua will inbound it. as now it will be Sewell to inbound, gets it over to Moyer. Moyer on the right, gets it out to Sampson. Sampson gets it back over to Harrop. Harrop now moves inside, gets it in. Here's Moyer, a 2, it's good. 19-13, 11 and a half to go, opening half. Hampton brings it up now for the Saints. Robinson now moves to the key. Now we got a whistle, and that is going to be Sewell called for the foul. So it'll be an inbound from underneath the basket for the Saints as Hampton goes under there to inbound it. Looking for somebody, gets it to Sorensen. Sorensen now gets it back over to Vaughn. Hearing his coach. Vaughn now moves, gets a block from Fowler, gets it back to Fowler, over to Hampton. Hampton moves, now backs up, looking, he's going to take a 3, and he missed it, no good. Robinson with the rebound, gets it back out to Sorensen, over to Hampton again, faked a 3, now moves inside, gets it back out now to Vaughn, 13 on the shot clock. Vaughn inside, puts up the contested shot, but he is fouled, as that one wouldn't go. And the foul there is going to go against Harrop. So it'll be Vaughn at the line. So we check in on Cam Vaughn's free throw percentage, 63%. See, puts down the first, and Mount Hood leads by 7, 20-13, with just under 11 to go. So now Vaughn for another one. Just to put him back up by 8. That one bounces in. Now we got substitutions. Donnelly comes back in for Harrop. Robinson clarifying with his coaching staff who he's guarding. Looks like he will be getting Donnelly as he has the basketball, gets it over to Sewell. Sewell, long pass out Moyer. Moyer on the left. Now moves inside, gets it back out. Donnelly gets it back. Estep. Estep moves inside underneath, and he put it in. Jake Estep converts, and is back to within 6 now, 21-15 with 10 and a half to go in the opening half. Hampton gets it over Fowler. Fowler now looking. He hands it off to Hampton. Gets a block. Hampton inside. Puts up the contested shot. It rims out. Robinson the rebound. He can't put it in, but he's fouled. The foul there is going to go against Donnelly. And it will send Pat Robinson to the line to try to extend the Saint lead. You look at Pat Robinson's free throw percentage. He is a 43% free throw shooter. And the first one away is good. So that puts him up 7. 22-15. Wilson checks back in. Hampton checks out. So here's the second one from Robinson, and he hit both. Mount Hood back up 8. 23-15. 10-20 to go. Sewell now brings it up for the Riverhawks. They once again find themselves down 8. Here's Donnelly. He takes a 3, and he rimmed it out no good. Sorensen the rebound. Fought for it by Estep, but Sorensen comes away with it as he gets it over to Vaughn. Vaughn, as we cross the halfway point, 10 minutes remaining here in the first half. Gets a block now, Sorensen. Gets it back to Wilson. Wilson fakes him out. Gets it back. Gets it over. Intercepted. Here's Sewell. He got it from Sampson over to Donnelly. Donnelly gets it back out, Moyer. Got a block from Moyer. Here's Sampson, a 3. It's good. Back to a 5-point game. 23-18 with 9:40 to go. Wilson now brings it up for Mount Hood once again. He's got Vaughn on the left. Robinson, Fowler, and Sorensen to round out the 5 on the court for the Saints. As now Wilson moves inside the lane. Gets back out. Now moves back inside. Got it over to Vaughn. Vaughn now moves inside. Got contested. He's going to be called for the foul there. So the foul there is going to go against Sampson. And now it'll be an inbound for the Saints. As now we have reached our second media timeout of the first half. Mount Hood leading Umpqua 23-18. Looking over on the women's side of things, there you see the women's team over center court, sitting across from us. They unfortunately had their season come to an end on Saturday with a brutal defeat against the Lane Titans, who finished at top the Southern Division in the South. So the women's bracket starts on Wednesday. You have matchups with Skagit Valley and Clackamas, Green River and Wenatchee Valley, Shoreline and Umpqua, and Columbia Basin will be taking on Pierce. Those will be the 4 games taking place starting on Wednesday. And then Thursday, you have the last 4 of the first round, which is going to be Lower Columbia versus Walla Walla, Peninsula versus Lynn Benton, North Idaho versus South Puget Sound, and Lane versus Bellevue. So some interesting matchups to watch in the women's tournament, which again begins on Wednesday. First game will tip off at noon. Only 4 games for the women on Thursday, and then, or on Wednesday, and then on Thursday, and then the Elite 8 will be, part of it will be also on Thursday, and then also on Friday. For the men, the tournament for them will start on Friday, and it will go Friday, Saturday, Sunday for rounds 1 and 2. So out of the timeout now, here's a pass inside to Fowler, gets it over to Vaughn, back out now to Robinson, gets it over to Wilson. Wilson takes a 3, banks off, no. Robinson able to get it, put it up, no good, and the rebound is to Estep. It was a good save from Robinson, but he couldn't put it in. Here's Sampson, gets it back out now to Sewell. Sewell motioning forward, now backs up towards the logo, towards that left side, gets it over now Donley. Donley fakes out Vaughn, now looking inside. Here's Sampson underneath, puts it up, no good, tipped into the Saints as Wilson has it. Wilson driving inside, puts up the shot, no good, but a foul, and Wilson will be going to the line. So the foul there is against Sewell, which I believe is already his 3rd of the night. Got to be careful he doesn't get 2 more, or else he will foul out pretty early. Been contributing very well to this Umpqua team. Mount Hood leading by 5. Wilson trying to add on, and he makes the first, and it's a 6-point lead. So substitutions now for Mount Hood as Hampton comes in for Robinson. Wilson still with another free throw on the way. And Wilson, who is an 86% shooter on the year, will put down the second. Got them both. Mount Hood leads by 7, 25-18 with 8:40 to go as Sewell gets the inbound from Estep. Brings it up now for Sewell, crossing the timeline. Now gets it in, gets it back out. Here's Moyer. Moyer guarded. Foul is going to be called, and that's going to be against Fowler. So, Jake, if you're listening, it's a foul or foul, and it will be an inbound for the Riverhawks. Trey Barber now checks back in for Fowler. First time he will step foot on the court here in this technical postseason game, qualifying game. Winner of this will get the final spot in the tournament. As now it is Donley, gets it back over to Sampson. Sampson guarded by Vaughn, gets it back out Donley. Donley on the right wing, now moving to the inside, gets it out now. Here's a 3 from Peachy, off the iron, no. Hampton's got it, and here come the Saints. Hampton gets it back, Vaughn almost lost control, gets it back to Hampton, over to Sorensen. Sorensen now moves to the inside, got it poked away, and it's a turnover. So Sorensen is going to be called for the foul as he turned it over, and now it will be Umpqua basketball as Donley inbounds it, and he will get it to Sewell. With 8 minutes to go here in the first half, Mount Hood 25, Umpqua 18 in this men's NWAC qualifying game. Sewell over to the left, now backs up, gets it back. Here's a 3 on the way. Estep can't put it in, and the rebound is Devon. Gets it over to Hampton. Hampton now driving, gets it back out Wilson. Wilson guarded heavily, now moves inside, got it back, looking for somebody, gets it back to Hampton. Hampton inside, driving up, no good, but a foul. And the foul there is going to go against Hampton, so it's going to give the ball back to Umpqua with 7.5 to go here with the Saints leading by 7. So it'll be Donley to handle the inbound. He's got both Sewell and Sampson to get it to. He will throw it into Sewell. Now we approach 7.5 minutes here in the opening half. Mount Hood with just a 7-point lead here against the Umpqua team they battled 3 nights ago. Back over now as Donley moves to the inside, and now we got a whistle and a foul as he poke-checked Hampton right in the mouth. Hampton doesn't look hurt, he just looks disgusted. as now it will give the ball back to the Saints, as now he's got Wilson there to inbound it to. As Hampton now will throw it into Wilson. Now here is Wilson as he brings it up the floor. Gets it back over to Hampton. On the logo now, waiting for somebody to get open. He's got Vaughn, but he gets it over to Wilson. Wilson motioning, long pass back out Hampton. Hampton thought about a three, didn't take it. Back out Vaughn. Here's Hampton once again. Back out, long pass Vaughn. Vaughn inside, back out Hampton. Inside, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Gets it back out to Vaughn. He's going to take a three. Off the iron, no. Rebounded by Sampson, and here come the Riverhawks. Sewell's got it as he almost collided with the official. One of our umpires for tonight. Here's Sewell, floater from the free throw line. It's good. Leo Sewell contributing more points to his team. Puts the Riverhawks back to within 5. 25-20 with 6.5 to go. Wilson gets it over to Hampton. Back over to Wilson. Fowler now walks in front of us as he's going to check back into the game. Vaughn gets it back out now to Hampton. Hampton now looks, gets it back to Wilson. Got it poked away, but he's able to get it back. Gets it back out. Hampton, Barber, 10 seconds to shoot. Gets it back to Wilson. Wilson a three. Got it! Will Wilson, number 3. And it's an 8-point game once more. Sewell now brings it up for the Hawks. Looking, gets it over now to Peachy. He's got Sampson, but throws it over now, and here is Dumas. Dumas gets it back over to Sampson. On the left wing, gets it to Sewell. Back over to Dumas, over to Peachy. Peachy now moves to the inside. Now kicks it back out. Sampson once again. Sampson, guarded by 2 defenders. Looking for somebody. He's going to float it up, and that one's off no good as the shot clock expired. Sorensen the rebound as he gets it over to Hampton. Hampton gets it across. Wilson on the right. Now moves inside. Gets it back out. Sorensen a three. Off the iron, no. Vaughn going to save it off the foot. And that's going to give possession back to the Saints. So with 5:33 to go, an 8-point lead for the Saints as they will retain possession as that one kicked off the foot of the defense. Substitutions now for the Riverhawks, it looks like, as Sewell comes back out of the game. Moyer takes his place as Hampton inbounds it on the end line, gets it into Fowler. Fowler gets it into Vaughn, puts it up, no good, no foul, and now we got a whistle. Hampton going over to help Vaughn up. So the foul there is going to go against Peachy. Going to send Cam Vaughn back to the line. With the Saints leading by 8, just under 5.5 to go. I'm sure Lower Columbia is watching this game as they await the winner Friday night in Pasco. These two teams split the season series, so not only is this a qualifying game for the postseason, but whoever wins this game will take the season series. Both teams won at home as Vaughn puts down the second. Mount Hood leads by 9, 29-20, 5:29 to go. Robinson comes in for Vaughn, as now it will be Moyer to inbound it on the end for the Riverhawks, as he will now throw it into Peachy. Peachy dribbles it up, gets it over now to Sampson. Sampson gets it back to Peachy. Peachy crosses, guarded by Robinson. Now looking, motions forward, tries to get it over to somebody. Gets it across Sampson. Sampson inside. That one poke checked away. Intercepted. Here's Wilson as he got it from Fowler. Over now is Hampton. Hampton on the top of the key. Gets it across. Here's Robinson into Fowler. Fowler moves inside. Gets it back out Wilson. Wilson faked him out. Now moves inside. Wilson across. Tipped. And that one goes out of play. Possession of Mount Hood. And we have reached our third media timeout of the first half with 4:51 to go. 29-20 lead for the Saints as they try to finish this final 5 minutes ahead of the Riverhawks. The women's team over there with signs supporting the men's basketball team has got some little ones dancing over there, pumping up the spirits. Special thanks to the women's team for setting both me and my fantastic cameraman Janice up with crumble cookies. something that they did not have to do, and we appreciate that they did. And I can't wait to have this when I have a chance because I'm always talking. So, not professional to eat while live, but I'll have to wait to taste this savory cookie, which I've only had once before. My mother went to Crumble a few weeks ago and brought back 4 different kinds of cookies. I ended up having the chocolate chip one, and it was pretty good. So can't wait to have this one again. Again, special thanks to assistant coach Kelsey Higgins and the women's team for giving both me and my stud cameraman Janice a chocolate chip crumble cookie. Thank you, ladies, very much. So out of the timeout now, as it will be Mount Hood basketball. As now Hampton gets it in. Hampton moves inside, gets a block. Now poke checked away. Sampson's got it, and here comes Umpqua down 9 in the final 5. S-Step hands it off now. Here's Peachy. Peachy guarded by Robinson. Gets it back over now to S-Step. S-Step got Sampson, hands it off. Sampson gets it across. Dumas gets it back. Peachy over to Sampson. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Sampson gets it back. Dumas gets it back. Peachy, 3, good! Richard Peachy from 3, and it's back to within 6. Wilson gets it from Hampton. Wilson, a rebuttal. Off the iron, no. Tipped and controlled by the Riverhawks. So Dumas has it, gets it across to Peachy, now to Sampson. Sampson back, here's S-Step, moving inside, got a lane, put it up and in. So there's S-Step getting the Riverhawks back to within 4, under 4 minutes to go. 29-25. The last 5 points scored by the Riverhawks as that one's an air ball from Robinson. And here comes Peachy once again for Umpqua. Peachy moves inside, puts it up and in. Had wide open lane. It's a 2-point game. Timeout with 3.5 to go in half number 1. So it was 29-20 in favor of Mount Hood. A 7-0 Umpqua run has made this a 2-point game with 3:32 to go. So out of the timeout, Mount Hood needs to regroup here after giving up the last 7 points. Still have plenty of time remaining here in the first half. Wilson will inbound it. Gets it in now to Hampton. As Hampton brings it up. Hampton on the logo, now moves over to the right side, guarded by Sampson, hands it off Robinson. Robinson out to Vaughn, gets it back over to Fowler. Fowler to Hampton. Inside, Fowler up, and he put it off. No, it wouldn't go, and it's rebounded by the Riverhawks. So now S-Step's got it with 3 to go. Gets it over to Peachy. Peachy crosses. Now looking. Motions it forward, gets it over to Sampson. Sampson inside now. Here is Moyer. Moyer by Fowler. Moyer going to be called for the foul, and the travel is going to get the ball back to the Saints. The women's team going nuts over there on the bench. So Fowler checks out. As now it is Gabe Sorensen who takes his place. Hampton's got it on the right side as he crosses, gets it over to Robinson. Robinson now hands it off to Vaughn. Vaughn moving to the inside quickly, guarded by Dumas. Dumas, now he gets it back out. Wilson, he's going to take a 3, and it's off the iron, no good. Tip back out, but into the hands of Peachy with 2.5 to go, and still a 2-point game. Peachy gets it back now. Here is S-Step, gets it over to Dumas. Back over now is Sampson. Sampson gets a block, now gets it back over to S-Step. S-Step, fake the 3, now gets it back to Sampson, guarded by Hampton, gets it across now. Here is Peachy once again, guarded by Sorensen, got a block, now guarded by Wilson. Peachy inside the lane, put up the shot, no good, and it's tipped and into the hands of Wilson. Wilson, when the final 2 minutes, Saints lead by 2. Wilson gonna drive inside, he puts the shot up and he put it in! Will Wilson with 2 to go, puts the Saints back up 4. 31-27 with 1:50 to go. Here's Peachy now for Umpqua. Peachy hands it off. Dumas. Dumas going to block from Estep. Now gets it back to Estep. He's going to take a three, and it's in. Jake Estep gets the Riverhawks back to within one. 98 seconds to go, first half. Hampton inside, driving, gets it back to Vaughn. Vaughn now inside, put it up. It's in. Cam Vaughn, a nice deuce. Back to a 3-point lead, 33-30 with a minute 25. Here comes Peachy. Peachy moves from left. Now he moves back to the right. Gets it now to Sampson. Sampson contested, got a block. Now gets it back out. Peachy moves inside, gets it to Estep. Estep driving, and now that one's going to be no good. And a foul there is going to be called against the Saints. So Pat Robinson is called for the foul. And it's going to send Estep to the line to try to put the Riverhawks back to within one with a couple of free throws. We took a look at Jake Estep's free throw percentage. He's 73%, and the first one on the way is good, and it's a 2-point game. 33-31, 65 seconds remaining in the first half. 20 more minutes after that to decide the winner and the final spot in the NWAC tournament. Both free throws are good, 33-32, with a minute 5 remaining as Wilson brings it up in a 1-point game. Saints holding on. Wilson holds, now gets it over to Vaughn. Vaughn motioning, got a block, and now he gets tripped up. Possession back to Umpqua. Or that is a foul. The one official pointed in the direction that Umpqua was going, which made me thought that it was going to be Umpqua basketball. Then the other official came in to correct him, saying that it was a foul against Estep, and it's going to be a couple of free throws now for Cam Vaughn. 53 seconds to go. So 53 seconds remaining here in half number one. Vaughn's first free throw is good. Back to a 2-point lead, 34-32. As the Saints now just barely holding that. This was the exact situation they had in the game 3 days ago, where they led at halftime by a score of 34-32. Second free throw missed. Sorensen's got it. Saints retain possession on the offense. Gets it back to Wilson. Wilson dribbles around the back. Now looking, guarded by, and now he gets it over to Hampton for three. Got it! Wayne Hampton, then the Saints lead by 5. 37-32, half a minute to go. Peachy brings it up. And now a timeout taken by Umpqua as they had to burn one here in the first half. So with 29 and a half seconds to go, 37-32, the Mount Hood lead as they lead by 5 just before halftime in what could be and what is the final game of one of these teams' seasons. Whoever loses this game tonight, their season's over. Whoever wins the game will go to Pasco and battle against Lower Columbia on Friday night. It is now Devin Corthorpe hands out waters to his teammates. He unfortunately did not play this season due to an injury, but he has still been there to support his team. Now you got assistant coach Josh Laceno over at the water station, making sure his team's hydrated. You got Coach Alex Lewell talking to one of the umpires. You got assistant coach Hanny Dowd over there sitting and just with a worried look as his team hangs on to a 5-point lead with just under half a minute to go. So it'll be now Estep to inbound from right in front of where we're sitting here. Actually, where I'm sitting. Janice is standing. Gets it in now, Harrop. Harrop holds. Shot clock and game clock are about 4 seconds apart. He's guarded by Robinson. Now the referee motions with his hands. He's got to get out of there. Now gets it over to Peachy. Peachy, 9 seconds to shoot. 11 seconds to go in the game. Peachy looking. Gets it back out. Estep three at the buzzer. No good. And now here are the Saints. They're going to have the final shot. 3 seconds and 2. Gets it back out. Tipped away. And now that's going to do it for the first half as a half-court shot is off the iron. No good, but it wouldn't have mattered as it did not beat the shot clock. And we have reached the end of the first 20 minutes and a 5-point lead, 37-32 in favor of the Saints. All right, joining me now is the assistant coach, Sean Carson. Coach, what are your thoughts on that first half?
I think we're playing good, locking up on defense, great energy. We're keying in on some of their main guys. They have a couple X factors coming off the bench, so now we just gotta get refocused and lock in on them.
This could potentially be your guys' final game of the season against this team that you battled 3 nights ago. What's the mentality that went into this game and is still going forward into the second half?
Well, like you said, it's a win or go home. So lay everything on the line tonight. No need to save it, right? You don't go home wishing you did something else on the court. Just come leave it all out on the court tonight, and then take care of this game. Leads into the weekend.
What's the biggest key going forward in the second half of the final 20?
Defense and energy. All right, keep our energy up, keep our defense up. We'll control the game.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Assistant Coach Sean Carson there, as Coach Lewell recommended that he come over and speak, and we are very appreciative for his time as we get set for the second half in just about 3 minutes. And Mount Hood leading Umpqua 37-32. Once again, the winner of this game will go on to play Lower Columbia on Friday night. Loser season is done, so it really is the final 20 minutes for one of these teams. All right, we'll be back with the second half in a few minutes.
I was waiting for you.
Final 20 minutes for one of these teams to go home. Winner advances to the tournament. Second half is underway as Wilson will inbound it to Hampton. And here we go. The first playoff game is down to the final half as Wilson has it over on the right. Now looking, moving to the inside. Wilson going to drive. He's going to shoot it himself. He's going to miss, and it's going to go to Harrop. Mount Hood still with a 5-point lead. Over now. Here's a three. It's good. Donley gets them back to it in 2. So here come the Saints again. Hampton's got it over on the right side. Gets it back out. Fowler inside. Sorensen. Sorensen got fouled, and he is heading to the line. So Donley is called for the foul. He will sub out as now Estep will check in for him with 33 seconds played of this second half, as the first free throw for Sorensen is good. 38-35 now is the Saints lead. Both these teams trying to advance to their second straight tournament berth. It'd be the first for Saints head coach Alex Lewell, as the second free throw there is missed by Sorensen, and it remains a three-point game. Harrop gets it over to Peachy on the right. Peachy driving inside, kicks it back out Sampson. Sampson gets it to Harrop. Harrop to the inside, driving in, and puts it in. Back to a one-point game, 38-37, almost a minute played here in the first half as Vaughn's got it. Gets a block from Fowler. Vaughn to the inside, got it blocked. And here come the Riverhawks with a chance to take the lead on this possession. Harrop gets it across. Sampson got blocked. Guarded by Wilson, gets it back to Estep. Gets it over to Harrop, back over to Peachy. Peachy moving, gets it back to Sampson. Over now is Harrop, 15 on the shot clock, gets it inside. Here's Moyer, puts up the shot, no good. Sampson's got the rebound. Sampson driving, got it poked away. Saints have it. Here's Wilson. Wilson gonna take it, he's gonna put it up, no good, and a foul. And that is going to be against Umpqua. And head coach Daniel Leeworthy does not know what the officials call there, as the foul there was called against Peachy. And it will send Wilson to the line. Wilson 2 for 2 at the line. Misses the first, so it remains a one-point game. Wilson's second free throw on the way is good. Got one of two, and it's a two-point game once again, 39-37. And here's Harrop as he brings it up now for the Riverhawks. On the logo, 90 seconds played here in the second half. Gets it over to Peachy on the right side. Peachy, guarded by Sorensen, gets a block from Estep, gets it back out Harrop, over now to Sampson. Sampson on the left side, got a block from Moyer, gets it out to Harrop. Peachy now, guarded, Sorensen. Now Wilson, Peachy floats it in, and that one gets turned over, and possession to the Saints with just about 18 to go here in the game, 39-37 lead. Wilson will inbound it to Hampton. He does not pick it up until it crosses the half-court line. Gets it over to Fowler at the top of the key. Now over to Wilson. Gets it back over to Hampton. Gets it over to Sorensen on the right side. Now it got over to Fowler. Fowler driving in. Gets it back out Hampton. Hampton got a block. Now gets it back out Sorensen. Over to Fowler. Fowler a three. Off and good! It bounces in for Fowler, and it's a 5-point lead. So now here come the Riverhawks. Harrop driving inside, gets it over now to Moyer. Moyer out to the corner. Now is Peachy. Gets it back to Harrop. Harrop now moving to the inside, guarded by Fowler. Looking for somebody, gets it to Moyer. Jumper on the way is in. Luke Moyer with a 2-point jumper, and it's 42-39, a 3-point game. Wilson brings it up now for the Saints. Gets it over to Fowler, out to Vaughn. Vaughn on the left wing, now floats it inside for Wilson. Wilson underneath. Wilson trying to get it to somebody, gets it out to Vaughn. Vaughn driving inside, backs out with 13 to shoot. Vaughn gets it back over. Sorensen got it poked, checked, and now we got Wilson who got it back inside to Vaughn, and that one no good. Wilson the rebound, and he gets it poke checked away. Now it's going to be Umpqua basketball. Or no, it is a foul. It's a foul against Peachy again in the second half. So now Wilson will shoot some more free throws. He's 3 for 4 now, as he went 1 for 2 at the line on his last visit. First one is good. And I guess it was just one free throw. So now 45-39. It's a 6-point lead for the Saints with under 17 to go. Harrop moves inside, got it poked away by Vaughn, but he's going to be called for the foul. And Vaughn was upset. He took the ball and ran to the other side of the court. But luckily, he gets back just in time before the referee called the technical foul, so no harm there. As Sampson gets it to Harrop, over to Peachy on the left wing. Now Peachy looking, gets it back to Sampson. Sampson going to take a deep three. It's good! Jake Sampson connects from deep, and it's a 3-point game. Now, Here's Hampton once again. Hampton moving to the inside, going to take it underneath. He puts it up, and it's off the iron. No, rebound, and that one's going to be waved off. So the foul there is going to go against Sampson. It'll be a Mount Hood inbound with 16 and a half minutes to go. Robinson now checks in for Wilson. Saints holding on to a 3-point lead. As Sorensen gets the inbound, now gets it over to Vaughn. Vaughn out Robinson. Robinson back Hampton. Hampton faked a 3, now backs up. Top of the key now, gets a block from Fowler. Vaughn gets it back now to Vaughn. Vaughn now inside, puts it up. No good, and Fowler is there to finish it. Nick Fowler puts in the 2. Mount Hood back by 5, 47-42, and now here's a rebuttal, no good. Sorensen the rebound, long pass out to Vaughn. Vaughn's got it on the left wing, gets it inside, got a poke checked away. Here come the Riverhawks. Handy Dow did not like that one. Here's that step. He got fouled, and now it will be a possession to the Riverhawks. The foul there is going to go against Vaughn. So now Vaughn checks back out. As now I believe it was Fowler maybe who came in for him. Or no, sorry, Vaughn never checked out. He just went to the backcourt. It's under 16 to go. First free throw on the way. Rims out. And it remains a 5-point game. Mount Hood leads 47-42 with 15:51 to go in regulation. So now the second free throw on the way for Estep as he shoots right in front of the Saints fans is on the way, and it is good. And the pressure does not get to him at all. Now I believe, are we going to get a timeout here? Nope, it'll be an inbound now for the Saints, as now Hampton and Vaughn are over on that right end. And now here is Vaughn, gets it into Hampton. So now Hampton has it as he crosses. Now moves from right to left. As now Hampton faked him out, got a block from Fowler. Now moves inside, gets it back out to Vaughn, over to Wilson. So now Wilson on the right wing. Now drives inside the lane. Floater up and good. Will Wilson, and the Saints lead by 6. Back come the Hawks now. Here is Harrop once again, driving inside, going to take it himself, but he puts it in. So that one there, Baylor Harrop puts the Riverhawks back to within 4, 49-45 with just about 15 minutes to go. Here is now Hampton. Gets it over to Wilson. Wilson looking for somebody. Fake the handoff. Now driving inside, and now it's going to be a turnover, and possession goes back to Umpqua. So Wilson is called for the foul, and it will be Riverhawk basketball with 15 minutes remaining. As now it looks like we have Sampson over on the left side to inbound it. He's got Harrop to inbound it too, and that's exactly who will bring it up the floor now, as Harrop has it as he crosses. Sorensen looks like he's about to check back in. Harrop over on the left, gets it out to Sampson for 3. Off no good. Rebound, Estep underneath. He puts it up and in. 2-point game, 49-47. 14 3/4 minutes to go as Vaughn has it. Gets it back to Hampton. Hampton gets it back over to Wilson. Wilson back to Fowler. Fowler driving inside, gets it back out to the corner. Now is Vaughn driving inside, got a poke checked away, and now here is Valdez who brings it up for Umpqua. Valdez on the left side, floats it up, and it's off no good. Wilson the rebound. The tying shot was there, but it just wouldn't fall. Wilson inside, puts up the shot, and in! Will Wilson, and the Saints lead once again by 4 as we approach 14 to go. So back come the Hawks now as Harrop moving from left to right. Top of the key, gets it back to Estep for 3. It's good. Jake Estep gets the Riverhawks back to within 1. 51-50 under 14 to go. Wilson inbounds it to Hampton. He's got it at the top of the key. Now moves to the inside, gets it back out to Vaughn. Vaughn inside, puts up the shot. He put it in. Cam Bond with a nice lean inside. He puts in the 2, and it's 53-50. Harrop now brings it up for the Hawks. Got it poked away, and possession is still to the Riverhawks as it was Robinson, who was called for the foul. And now we have reached immediate timeout with 13 and a half minutes to go here in regulation in a 3-point game. Mount Hood 53 and Umpqua 50. Just a reminder, the first two meetings between these two teams went to the home team. It was Umpqua who got the 76-67 win back on January 28th. And just 3 nights ago, Mount Hood got their revenge with an 82-73 win on Friday night. So not only will the winner of this game be going to the tournament up in Pasco, they will also be taking the season series instead of ending with a split. This series will have to have a decisive winner. Winner of this game will also go to play Lower Columbia, the Red Devils, on Friday night. That one again tipping off at 8 p.m. It will be the final game on Friday, and that will be preceded by Edmonds versus Walla Walla, Clackamas versus South Puget Sound, and Everett versus Spokane. And then 4 other games on Saturday include Southwest Oregon against Green River, Peninsula versus Columbia Basin, Tacoma versus Lynn Benton, and North Idaho versus Bellevue. Yakima Valley was the team to win the men's tournament last year. They are nowhere in the bracket, so there will be a new champion this year in the NWAC tournament on the men's side. So now Sewell gets the inbound pass, moves from right to left, now back over to Sampson. Sampson now on the left, gets it in. Here is Peachy. Peachy inside, poked away. Now a pass out. Estep with 11 to shoot. Gets it back out now. Here's Peachy inside the circle. And now a pass floated way out of bounds. And possession will go back to Mount Hood. So with 13-19 to go, still 53-50 in favor of Mount Hood. As now it will be Hampton to bring it up. He's got Wilson, but also Robinson on the right side. He gets it to Vaughn, who gets it to Robinson. Robinson now crossing over to the left side, out now to Hampton. Hampton got a block from Wilson. Now he kicks it back out inside the lane, puts up a contested 2, and he rims it out no good into the hands of Sampson over to Sewell. Riverhawks bring it up under 13 to go here in regulation. Sewell kicks it over to Sampson. Sampson on the right, gets it back out Harrop. Harrop, now by Wilson, he's going to take it inside, put up the shot, and he puts it in. 1-point game, 53-52. Here's Wilson now as he got the inbound from Sorensen. Wilson now over on that right side, looking for somebody to get it to. Gets it to Robinson. Robinson inside, got it poked away, and now a foul is going to be called against the Saints as it's Robinson called for the foul. So Mount Hood will take a timeout here in a 1-point game, 53-52, 12:28 left. Barney the Saint over there hanging with the women's team. Once again, we thank the women's team for what an incredible season. Fortunately, it came to an end. It was fun to watch them, though, perform throughout the season. A lot of games, very close. And it was just a thrill to be along with both the men's and the women's team. And thank you to the ladies over there for supplying the crumble cookies. Very appreciative. Is now out of the timeout. It will be Umpqua basketball as Barney tries to get the fans here in Gresham pumped up with the final 12 and a half minutes remaining in a 1-point affair. 53-52 is the Mount Hood lead. Wilson, Vaughn, Robinson, Hampton, and Fowler out there for the Saints. Harrop, Sewell, Sampson, Peachy, and Estep out there for the Riverhawks. So now the inbound will come from Harrop. Gets it into Sewell. Sewell brings it up now for the Hawks. 1 point game. They have a chance to take their first lead of the night. Gets it back to Sampson for 3 in the lead. It's good. Jake Sampson. And Umpqua has the first lead of the ball game. 55-53. Riverhawks with the advantage. Back come the Saints. Wilson back now to Hampton. Hampton back to Wilson. Wilson with 12 minutes to go. Gets it back out. Robinson out to Wilson. Wilson looks to the inside to Fowler. Fowler driving inside, puts up the 2, put it in! Tie game! 55 all with 11 3/4 to go. Here's Sewell. Sewell now looking for somebody. Crosses and gets it over to Peachy. Peachy to Sampson. Top of the key. Back out Harrop over to Sewell. Sewell gonna take the 2 and off the iron, no. Hampton the rebound. Long pass out Wilson. Wilson gonna drive, put it up, and in! Will Wilson banks it home, and Mount Hood, just like that, retakes the lead. Just about 11 to go. Sewell has it, gets it over to Harrop. Robinson almost picked it off, gets it back out. Here's Peachy. Peachy now driving, puts it up and in, and once again we are tied 57 all with 11 minutes remaining. Wilson has it as he brings it up now for the Saints. Back out now to Vaughn. Vaughn holding on the hash now, gets it over to Robinson on the right. Gets it back to Fowler. Fowler on the left wing looking. He's going to get it to Robinson, gets it back to Wilson. Wilson got a block. Wilson for 3. It's good! Will Wilson, and the Saints lead 60-57. What a shot there from Wilson. Very beneficial. And the Saints once again have the lead. The 4th lead change of the night. Sewell has it, 18 on the shot clock. Got it poked away, and now is Vaughn, and he takes it home. Nice finish there for Cam Bond. The defensive play puts the Saints back up 5, 62-57, halfway through the second. Sewell has it, gets it to Harrop. Harrop driving, gets it back out Sewell. Over now is Estep. He takes a 3 and he hits it. And now we have a timeout taken by Umpqua at the halfway point. And with under 10 minutes to go, I believe they will just stretch this into a media timeout. With 9:56 to go, 2-point game, 62-60 is the Saints lead. Now both teams regroup as we get set and buckle up for the final, basically quarter of this qualifiers game. One of these teams will unfortunately not be advancing, as it is the Saints holding on to a 2-point advantage. They led all throughout the first half. There's been 4 lead changes in the second. Umpqua has taken the lead twice momentarily, but a couple of big shots from Wilson, and then the big defensive interception and finish from Cam Bond, allowing the Saints to go up 5, but then the 3 from Estep has now put the Riverhawks back to within 2 as we approach the final half of this half. So out of the timeout now, it will be Saints basketball. It'll be Wilson to inbound. He's got Hampton over there. The balloons still up on the benches from sophomore night, as this will be the final game here at the Yoshida Event Center, win or lose for the Saints. So here's Hampton. Now looks, bounce passes it to Vaughn, gets it back to Fowler. Fowler now looking, and now he's going to be called for the travel, and it's going to get possession back to Umpqua. And Fowler can't believe the call, as he was standing there, and the official calls him for the travel. As now he checks out, Sorensen checks back in, Umpqua with the basketball, 9:41 to go, as it'll be Peachy to inbound it to Harrop, and now we got a whistle again, as they will have to re-inbound it. Allow Robinson to get inside, now gets it to Harrop, as he brings it up now for Umpqua, approaching 9.5 to go. 62-60, Saints lead. Kara inside the lane, driving, tries to put it up, can't get it. Back outside, here's Peachy. Peachy gonna take it himself, and he puts it in. We're tied at 62. Sorensen gets it over to Wilson. Wilson now holding, now hands it off to Hampton. Hampton over on the right side, gets it back to Wilson. Wilson now driving to the inside, takes it himself, up, no good, a foul, but it's a charge against Wilson, and possession will go to Umpqua. So Wilson there is called for the foul. It's the 6th foul against the Saints this half. Umpqua just with 4. So they reset the shot clock to 30. 9:08 on the game clock. Here's Donnelly. He will inbound it for the Hawks. Gets it into Harrop. Down tie game here, 62 apiece. Chance to retake the lead. Driving inside. Got a poke checked away, and possession will go back to the Riverhawks. Just about 9 minutes remaining here in regulation. Riverhawk basketball. Harrop to inbound. Gets it in now. S-step. This is poked away, but it's going to be out of play. Possession to Mount Hood. What an offensive stand by the Saints on that last 2 drives by the Riverhawks. They get possession back with under 9 to go in a tie game. So now Hampton brings it up. Got it from Wilson. As now Hampton crosses from right to left. Gets it out to Vaughn. Now to Wilson to Hampton. Hampton got a block from Sorensen. Now moving inside, puts up the shot, can't put it in. Rebounded by S-step, and the Riverhawks have it as Harrop will bring it up the floor. Harrop gonna drive inside, put up the shot, no good. Sorensen the rebound, and now he gets it over to Wilson. Wilson brings it up. Wilson driving, tries to get something, gets it back to Sorensen. Over now is Hampton. Hampton driving inside, gets it back. Robinson put it up and in. Pat Robinson for 2, and Mount Hood leads once again. 8:15 to go. 64-62 Mount Hood. Here's Harrop. Harrop motioning his guys forward. Guarded by Wilson on the logo. Waiting and now looking. Got a block from Sampson. Harrop now on the left side. Driving, almost lost it. Hands it off now to Peachy. Guarded by Sorensen. Peachy moves inside. Got it back out of play. Possession to Mount Hood. There's a lot of energy right here in the Yoshida Event Center with under 8 minutes remaining in what is one final game here in Gresham this season. Saints lead at 64-62, 7:54 remaining. They have the basketball as now it'll be Hampton to inbound it to Vaughn. Vaughn brings it up. The biggest thing here for the Saints is to melt the clock as much as they can. It's a tightly contested game as we expected. Wilson gets it back to Vaughn. Vaughn got to block Sorensen. Now Vaughn back. Here's Sorensen on the left. Gets it back to Wilson. Wilson, he's going to take a 3. It's off the iron. No. Kick back out. Vaughn's got it. Saints have it once again. Gets it back to Hampton. Hampton holding under 7.5 to go. Gets it to Sorensen. Sorensen now looking for somebody. He's got to hand it off. He gets it to Hampton. Hampton a 3. Got it! Wayne Hampton and the Saints with a 5-point lead once again. 7:08 to go. 67-62. Here come the Hawks. Harrop's got it. Now driving to the logo. Gets it back to Peachy. Peachy on the right. Guarded by Sorensen. Peachy moving inside. Gets it back out. Harrop going to take a 3. It's off the iron. Rebound. He collects it. Takes it up. No good, but the foul is going to be called. And it'll send Harrop to the line. So Pat Robinson is going to be called for the foul. And it will send Harrop to the line. He is 85%. So he is just as good as Will Wilson. 2 very competitive guys who are very good at shooting free throws. First one on the way is good. So that makes this a 4-point game, 67-63 with 6:47 to go. Wilson now moves back as I believe he checked out. He'll be waiting now later in the game when they need them rested. Right in front of the fans. Harrop second on the way. Got it. Puts in both. 3-point game. Fowler at inbound. He's got it to Hampton. Here come the Saints leading by 3. 6 3/4 to go. Here's Fowler back to Sorensen. Sorensen, Hampton, Vaughn. Vaughn inside. Vaughn takes it himself. No good. Rebounded by Sampson. So now that's Donley. Gets it back to Harrop. Harrop driving inside. Put up the shot. No good, but he's fouled. Sorensen is called for the foul. Sending him to the line to try to make this a 1-point game. He made both before. And with 6.5 to go, in a 3-point game, more free throws for Harrop. First one up, good. 67-65. Second one on its way. Missed it. Rebound Fowler. Got it to Hampton. Still a 2-point lead. Hampton crosses over on the left. On the hash, now moving inside. Looking, gets it to Sorensen. Sorensen, 3. No, and that one is going to be collected. Fowler's got it. Kicks it back out, Barber. Barber, back to Hampton. Fresh 20 on the shot clock, now down to 15. Here is Hampton, moving inside. Puts up the shot, and he put it in! Wayne Hampton puts in the 2, 69-65, 4-point lead. Here's Harrop, bringing it up now for the Hawks. 5:47 to go. Harrop gets it over now, Donley. Donley, he takes a 3. It's good! Donley with 3, it's a 1-point game. 69-68, Mount Hood still in front. Hampton looking, hands it off Vaughn. Vaughn guarded by Donley. Now moves towards the top of the circle, hands it off to Hampton. Hampton now at the top, now gets a block, gets it back to Fowler. Fowler to Barber, a 3, good! Trey Barber from downtown. 4-point game once again. 5 minutes remaining, final 5. Harrop over now, Peachy. Peachy back to Harrop. Harrop now looking. Guarded by Hampton, got a block from Moyer. Back to Peachy. Peachy to Sampson for 3. No, Fowler the rebound. Back to Hampton. Hampton on the left side. Now motioning Barber forward. And now he's waiting. Can't wait too long, you're gonna get called. Gets it back to Barber. Barber back to Vaughn. Vaughn inside, back out. Hampton back, now looking. Harrop was there, and now Vaughn driving inside underneath, and in! Wayne Hampton from underneath, and the lead is back to 6 with 4:20 to go. Harrop back once again for the Hawks. 4.25 to go, and now it's going to be a foul against Mount Hood, as it's Wayne Hampton called for the foul, and he's down on the ground. So now they will take a timeout, media timeout with 4:13 remaining. Mount Hood 74, Umpqua 68. This is a tight one, people, so stay tuned for the final 4.25 minutes. This is absolutely what defines playoff basketball. Back and forth, just everybody getting involved. Trey Barber hitting a big 3. Then it was Sampson with another 3. Everybody on both teams fighting like it's their last game, because for one of these teams, it is. It is getting down into the wire. So here we go, out of the timeout with 4:13 to go, and possibly more, maybe if we get overtime. The women's team over there, high spirits with those signs, getting involved, cheering for their men's team, hoping one Mount Hood team can make it into the tournament. Both these teams made it in last year, both lost in the first round. And it was Umpqua who lost as a 2 seed. They lost to Bellevue, Mount Hood as a 3 seed. Lost to Skagit Valley, who's back in the tournament this year on the women's side. So now it's free throws for Harrop in a 6-point game. Everybody getting energized, and it's good. So here we go. Harrop with the second one. And he got it. 4-point game, 4:13 to go. 74-70, Saints still in front. Robinson has it. The defense tightening up as Hampton crosses. Now looks, guarded by Harrop. He's got Barber. And now Hampton almost lost it, but he's able to recontrol. Motions his team forward. 14 on the shot clock. Hampton now driving. He's going to take it inside, float it up, and in! Wade Hampton puts the Saints back up 6. Here come the Hawks. 3 3/4 minutes to go. Gets it back now, Donley. Here's Peachy. Peachy had Sampson. Peachy driving inside, floats it up and in. 3.5 to go. Saints just need to use that clock. Here is Hampton, gets it over to Robinson. Robinson, poke, checked away, intercepted. Peachy inside and in. 2-point game, 3:20 to go, 76-74. Getting tightly contested between both these teams, who split the series within the span of a month. Hampton gets it into Barber. Barber got a block for a second. Now looking, gets it back to Robinson. Robinson, and now we got a jump ball. Possession favors Umpqua with 3 minutes to go. As now Wilson and Vaughn will check back in for Sorensen and Barber. So 3 minutes remaining. 2-point game. As that'll be Estep to inbound it on the end line. Gets it into Harrop. Harrop brings it up now for the Hawks. On the logo. Slowly. He's got Donley. Gets it over to him. Guarded by Wilson. Donley inside. Sampson to the rim. Estep up. No. Fowler the rebound. Gets it back to Hampton. And here come the Saints trying to extend the lead with 2.5 to go. Here comes Mount Hood. Hampton on the right. Everyone moving in. Got to block Robinson. Hampton faked it. Fowler back. Hampton again. Hampton, he's going to take the 3. It's off, no good. Robinson there. Lost it on the ground. And now timeout. So timeout there on the floor. It will be Umpqua basketball with 2:12 to go in a 76-74 game. Men's tournament begins on Friday. The Lower Columbia Red Devils likely tuning in for the final 2 minutes here, as they will play either one of these two at 8 o'clock in the final game of the first day of games for the men on Friday. Up in Pasco at Columbia Basin College. Newly renovated gymnasium up there. Championship game will be held on March 19th for both the men and the women, which is a week from this Sunday. 2 weeks from yesterday, if you look at it. So now here come the Riverhawks in the final 2:12. Harrop has it. 2-point game. On the left wing. Now moves in across. Gets it inside. Now back. Saints wanted a travel call. They don't get it. Now back to Peachy. Peachy got it by Wilson. Gets it back. And now a travel is called. Possession back to the Saints. They wanted the travel call at first, but they end up getting it. And with 1:58 to go, it is Saints basketball. Hampton got it poked away, and he's fouled. So the foul there is going to go against Harrop. It's just going to be another inbound for the Saints on the far side. As now Wilson will inbound it. Gets it to Hampton. Under 2 minutes to go. Vaughn now to Robinson. Robinson over. Inside. Got it tipped. Taken away. Donley's got it for the Hawks. Harrop now driving. Inside. Up and in. He had a wide open path. He ties it. 76-76. 95 seconds to go. The pressure and the momentum has shifted, but both teams still are in it. Wilson back out. Hampton wide open three. No, off the back. And the rebound is inside. Fowler has it. And now it's going to be possession of Mount Hood. So the foul there is going to go against Harrop. It's going to be Saints ball with 79 seconds to go in a 76 all game. Timeout, Saints. The Mount Hood Saints come into this game 10-16 overall. They are 9-7 in conference play, as are the Riverhawks. The wins for the Saints in the conference include Southwest Oregon, Lane, PCC twice, and also Lynn Benton, Chemeketa, Clark, and Clackamas, and Umpqua to round out the 9. Umpqua's conference wins, they have 9 of them as well. They are 8-4 in non-conference play, so they actually have a better record, 17-11. But because both of them are 9-7 in conference play, which is why they have to play this qualifier, the wins for Umpqua in the conference include against Lynn Benton, PCC, Southwest Oregon, Chemeketa, Mount Hood in the first meeting, Lane, Chemeketa again, Lane again, and Clark on Saturday night. So they got a big win against Clark on Saturday night, and because the Saints lost to Lane on Saturday, it forced this game to be played. But lucky for the Saints, it's back in Gresham. Kind of the same environment we had 3 nights ago, Friday night when they beat them. 83-72 was the final. And here we go in a 76-76 game, counting down the final 75 seconds. Wilson has it, now spinning to the inside, floats up the 2, and puts it in! Will Wilson, 78-76, Saints lead it. About a minute to go, and here we go. 60 seconds remain. Harrop, inside, now back out. Estep for the lead, got it! So now Umpqua is going to take a full timeout. They lead it 79-78 with 56 seconds to go. Man, this is close. The Saints have to be aggressive here, but they can't be too aggressive because that's what's been forcing these turnovers. And Umpqua just their 3rd lead of the game. They took the lead for the first time early in this half, and now they have it late. They came all the way from Roseburg for the 2nd time in 3 days, and they're not going home without a fight for the postseason. It is the final 56 seconds. What are we going to see? It's going to be Saints ball. Everything on the line for both these teams. As no matter what happens, this will be the final game I see these Mount Hood Saints at here in the Yoshida Event Center. If they do win this game, I do wish them luck on Friday against Lower Columbia. As for Umpqua, if they win this game, they will be going up to Washington to play Lower Columbia on Friday night. Wilson has it as the clock is winding down. And right now it's not favoring the Saints. Wilson to the inside. Wilson up, no good. And now it's out of bounds. And possession is going to go to Umpqua. They're going to look at it again. They're looking, I think they're going to review it. As the officials now discuss 46 seconds left. The original call is Umpqua basketball. And they're going to look at it.
The call on the floor is flag basketball.
So now they're taking a look over at the huddle feed. Wow, that's great. This one's lagging about getting behind. I think I wonder if I can refresh it. I guess this is it here.
Hey, Mark, do you want a second? We have another camera view. We gotta use that one. Okay.
Bunch of bodies in the way.
Yeah, too many people. On the court is confirmed. Black basketball.
So they confirm the call. It is Umpqua basketball. You can hear the boos. So now it's Sampson gets it to Harrop. Shot clock and game clock are 15 seconds apart, so still plenty of time. You don't necessarily have to foul yet if you're the Saints. Robinson guarding Donley. Donley now over to Harrop. Harrop on the right, now driving. Inside, got it poked. He gets it back, puts it up, in and one. So here we go. The free throw will put him up by 2 scores and make it a tall climb for the Saints. So here we go. Harrop, who has made all his free throws tonight, has to shoot it in front of the Mount Hood fan base. And it's good. 82-78. Umpqua leads it. 26 seconds to go. Quickly now. Hampton inside. Hampton up. No good. A foul. So it's Peachy called for the foul. Nothing done yet. It's going to send Hampton to the line. 4-point lead for the Hawks. Now here's Hampton with 22.6 to go. First free throw, good. That is crucial. Now, will we see maybe an intentional miss so that the Saints have a chance to tie this game with a 3? So here's Hampton's second. It is no good, and now it is fought for, and the foul is going to be called. And it is going to be a Mount Hood foul. So it's going to be Hampton call for the foul with 20 seconds to go. Robinson is called for the foul. So now it'll be S step to shoot. Now substitutions as Barber now comes in for Robinson. Saints down to the final 20 seconds of their season, trailing by 3 and potentially more as free throws are on the way for Estep. He is shooting in front of the fan base though. First one on the way, making a 2-score game. Got it. Here we go. Second free throw to put them up by 5. It's on the way. It's no good. Mount Hood still has potential. And now a timeout on the floor. As Wilson brought it up, 17.7 to go. 4-point lead, 83-79 in favor of the Riverhawks. So it's a 30-second timeout by the Saints. It's their final timeout. They do have a full timeout left. Very, very close game we have seen here in Gresham. The winner goes up to Pasco. And the loser can start booking tea times. Although these are students, so they'd be going back to class, I guess. You can see the nervousness on the benches there, both sides. As the Saints, who led for most of this game, now find themselves trailing by 4 late. But they do have the basketball as they try to make a comeback here. As they almost did against Lane on Saturday. They were just 5 points off. They suffered an 86-81 defeat. After being down by nearly 15, they came back and made it within 5 and within 2 minutes. So anything can happen in basketball. Hampton inbounds. Now looks, floats it. Wilson, 3, no. Rebound Sampson, and he is fouled with 12 seconds remaining. So Sorensen called for the foul. So Sampson to shoot with 12 seconds to go. Up 4. First one, got it. 5-point lead. Here's the second on the way. It is good. 6-point lead. Rolls it in. Wilson got it. 10 seconds to go. Wilson, quick 3. No. Rebound, Peachy. And they're going to dribble it out. And that's going to do it. The second straight year, the Umpqua Riverhawks are back in the tournament as they defeat the Mount Hood Saints by a final of 85-79 and end this run for the Saints under first-year head coach Alex Lewis-Sim. Gets them all the way to the qualifiers. They lead for most of this game. Only 4 leads for the Riverhawks in the second half. But all that matters is that they win this game 85-79. And Lower Columbia and Umpqua will be Friday night at 8 o'clock. An unfortunate end to both the men and the women's season as the Saints fall just short here at home in the NWAC qualifier. Once again, the final score 85-79. A great run. It was fun to watch, but unfortunately it does come to a close. And there will be no need to watch any game on Friday for the Saints, as it will be Umpqua to advance to the tournament as they get a 6-point victory here in Gresham. I want to take this time to thank everyone who was a part of this journey. And I want to bring in my stud cameraman, Janice Wilson, who's been with us ever since we had the video feed. Janice, did you have fun this season?
Oh, yeah, it was a great season. I think the boys held their own pretty good. It's an unfortunate end, but they did well all season long. So
Got some great shots. Ben, you were there all season for us when we started doing the video feed. So we appreciate you for doing that. And we hope to have you back for the spring season. So thank you again, once again, for doing this for us.
yeah, no problem. Appreciate you for having me.
Our stud cameraman, Janice Wilson, as the season comes to an end for the Saints. Once again, the final score, 85-79. The Riverhawks are victorious. Special thanks to both the men and the women's basketball teams for allowing us to be with them for the entirety of their home stretch this season. It was a blast to call all their games. and we thank them for allowing us to just be a part of their environment. Thank you to JD Kiggins for the setup with all the equipment that he has provided and everything that he's done to help me get to where we are today. Thank you to Athletic Director Kim Hyatt for allowing us to be set up on the floor here at the scorer's table, giving us a nice little setup here. Special thanks to her. This would not be possible if not for her approval. So thank you, Kim, and we can't wait to work with you more during softball season. Thank you to my analysts. Possible if not for her approval. So thank you, Kim, and we can't wait to work with you more during softball season. Thank you to my analysts, although there were just 2 of them this season, but I want to give a special thanks to Cody Runsville, who joined me for this Umpqua game on Friday. Unfortunately, he could not be here today, but special thanks to him for being a part of that one with us. And my main man, Jake Rowe, who is my analyst for most of the games till the very end, basically. And once again, I want to thank Jake Rowe for being my partner for the games starting this season. And thank you to Thomas Ehart as well. He was a part of this as well. Once again, from Gresham, Jackson Hamlin saying good night.